The fallout continues for former New Britain Mayor Erin Stewart. A third independent report claims more taxpayer money was misused. It accuses Stewart of pushing for an improper pension and other payouts, and this one names several other members of her administration. Amanda Callahan is your reporter live at New Britain City Hall with a breakdown on this. Amanda.
Stephanie, this 91-page report says that Stewart's violation of city policy goes beyond just administrative misconduct. Instead, she could be facing criminal charges of fraud, larceny, and embezzlement. Allegations of abusing her power and taxpayer money continue to mount for former New Britain Mayor Erin Stewart. The latest independent report shows Stewart sought thousands of dollars in separation payouts for herself and other employees, a pension, and tuition reimbursement. The report says these payouts were authorized by Stewart herself and are against city and state policy. But Stewart received more than $100,000 in payouts for unused vacation days, sick time, and holidays, along with more than $30,000 for an advanced degree from University of New Haven. The report also names other staff members who received payouts too, calling into question who really knew what was going on.
They certainly are going to be questioned, at the very least, by the investigators on the state and the federal level, and they will determine if they have any legal and criminal culpability in regards to this.
Former state rep and attorney Themis Claridis says the pattern of disregard for taxpayer money goes against the core of what an elected official is.
She specifically asked in 2020 one of the town attorneys, can I take a pension? They told her no, because you do not have 20 years. And then a couple of years later, she just made the decision on her own.
The report says Stewart's response was, "Don't you think I'm due this?" Now residents like Robert Lamarzi want to see accountability.
She was wrong for doing whatever she did wrong, and she should be held accountable. And if she has to be brought up on charges of larceny or whatever other charges they have to bring her up on, she needs to pay the consequences like the rest of us do.
And that's what current Mayor Bobby Sanchez says he's working on: restitution for the misused funds and the cost of the independent investigation.
It's about accountability, it's about transparency, and it's about answering to the taxpayers of New Britain. And the taxpayers of New Britain deserve to know what was going on the past 10, 12 years or more than that.
It's unclear right now if more reports are expected to come out. Stewart is already accused of allowing taxes to be backdated, and she's accused of spending more than $200,000 on personal items with the city credit card. State police and the FBI are currently investigating, but as of now, Stewart is not facing any criminal charges. Reporter live in New Britain, Amanda Callahan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.